Hi, this is a quick demonstration on some of the newly added features to the workflow system inside Leap, which are worth investigating. By the way, before I even get into the new features, the existing workflow system is one of the most important parts of Leap Legal Software. And in all honesty, if you're not already using it up to this point, you're probably missing out on some of the key functionality of Leap as well. A lot of automation, a lot of saved, wasted time with searching and bumbling for the next template that you do require and enforcing a particular procedure throughout the life of the case. There's a lot you can gain from workflow generally, but with these new features on top of that as well, you'll probably find it's even more worth your while. So, first of all, I'm jumping straight into a case where workflow has already been enabled. So this is fully configured already. Okay, so if you go looking for it in your system and you've never heard of workflow, you're not going to find it. You do have to set it up, you have to configure it, you have to learn a little bit about it as well. As always, there are video tutorials online which are free at university.leap.co.uk on this side of things, or the best scenario would be you come to us, one of us consultants, and we will provide practical guidance, customization, setup, and training on the system as well. In my humble opinion, we are the best option for you if you are looking at this side of things. Okay. Now I've gone into the workflow interface here, and the first function I've got enabled on this demonstration is a decision tree. This is the main change here. This is one of the most exciting parts of it. So previously in the other workflow system, you would only have a yes or no answer as a variable in your workflow. So throughout your procedure, let's say you had an office manual for executing a will type file. One of the first questions may have been, have you completed client due diligence outside of the case? You could say yes, and that would proceed down this route, and no, that would proceed down that route. Now what we have is decision trees where you can have multiple selections. Okay, so just as an example here, what I've done is I've created a simple decision tree. What type of case are we dealing with? And this could be single will, mirror will, or another variation, or 20 other variations as well. The staff member has been instructed to select one of these, to select basically which path we're going to go down. So I'm going to select single will as an example, click OK from there. And because of that variable has been selected, it's now going down that branch of the workflow tree. And it's immediately presenting a couple of those new functions that I also wanted to demonstrate as well. So the three main functions in this update, the first one was the decision tree. Okay, so instead of a binary yes or no input from the user, you can actually have multiple selections, and they will lead down multiple different options as well. Okay, so that's a massive improvement as it is already. The second new feature that I've noticed is the email function. Okay, it's not earth-shattering. You select new email, and it will open up a new Outlook email on the user's computer. As you can see here, it opens up a new fresh Outlook email for me, addressed to my client, Mr. Soprano. Yeah, it's effectively just a bespoke email. So the instruction to the user is very much go and write an email to somebody for some reason, okay? It might be an update email. In that case, when it is like an update of the status of the case, or an email to the other side solicitor, or email to your client, or whoever it is, or whatever the scenario, you're actually better off using one of the existing functions inside Leap already, inside the existing workflow. What I'm referring to is one of the standard features which have always been there, such as new document or documents. Okay, this is where you can select a bundle of document precedent templates or a single precedent template to be used. And the instruction to the user could be send update email to the client, and it actually finds the existing email template for updating client at a certain stage, for example. So that is a better option to use in all honesty anyway. So although it's a new feature, I do recommend the existing document template function for that. So I would give this new email function a nifty rating. It's nifty, but in all honesty, you could have used the existing document function as it is anyway, with a little bit more of a better outcome using a template rather than a blank email. Now, the other new feature that's been added is a URL link. So you can see here, the instruction to the user in this example I've got here is schedule an initial consultation with a client. Okay, so if you've got the client on the phone, and that would have been the instruction, it's actually linked to a specific URL that you specify in the back end of the system. Okay, and if I go to launch URL, in this case, it's going to take me straight to a URL, and it's taking me straight to my website and my booking page, effectively. So it's something you could do in your work life cycle of the case. It could be anything. It could be a submission screen online. It could be a government website portal. It could be HMCTS, HMLR, whatever the website may be. It's just a URL. Okay, or even for consideration, another angle that a lot of people don't think about, but the additional outsourced applications and functions as well. Think about the world of Microsoft. You have a whole environment where you can create custom Power applications and forms and everything else that can be leveraged that a lot of firms do not leverage as well. So now you can start building those external functions and then specifying that the user must complete them using this launcher link. Okay, so that's also the next most useful function. So out of the 3 new updates that I've seen with the workflow system, 4 of them if you count the new Matter templates, the 2 best ones are going to be the decision tree. So at the very beginning of the life cycle of this case, I started with a decision tree, which is effectively select what type of case it is. And I had 3 or more options, whereas previously I had the binary. That's definitely the best one. The URL links are the second best. Very super useful. There are so many different applications for this, and it's mostly the third-party applications that I'm most excited for, the other scenario where you can start leveraging externalized applications. Also, for consideration on that, when we are talking about externalized URLs, something that has not also been known much of is Leap does have a Zapier integration. So it allows you to work with additional outsourced applications, which opens up a whole world of possibilities on that front as well. So to coincide with that, I'm also probably going to follow this up with another video on the Zapier API integration and just a bit of an overview of what that means for yourselves.